So students, this video is on the NCERT class 5th chapter number 3rd, from tasting to digesting. It is brought to you by the Macrovision Academy. So let's begin our chapter. Our chapter starts with Jhumpa, Jhulan and their mother's kitchen. When mother said both of them to have their dinner, Jhumpa ran to the mother and said, "Mother, I'm not going to eat this bitter Karela or the bitter gourd." Jhumpa asked mother to give her jaggery and roti instead, but mother refused and said that she has eaten it in the morning. So Jhulan teased her and said, "Don't you get bored by eating only one kind of taste?" This is jaggery, and they had a long discussion about it. So Jhumpa asked Jhulan that, "Don't you get bored by eating the imli again and again?" But Jhulan said that she loves to eat all the kind of food. Then they decided to play a game which was based on food testing. So Jhulan said that she would put some food item in Jhumpa's mouth and she has to guess it with her closed eyes. So first Jhulan put a few drops of lemon juice in Jhumpa's mouth. It was very sour and Jhumpa guessed it correctly. Then she put some jaggery in Jhumpa's mouth and it was very sweet and Jhumpa guessed it easily because of its sweet taste. Then Jhumpa could tell the taste, then Jhumpa could tell the fried fish even without tasting it because of its strong smell, as we just not only taste the food but we also smell it. So Jhulan asked Jhumpa to close both her nose and her eyes, and then she gave her something to taste. It was a bit bitter, it was salty and somewhat sour. It was the bitter gourd sabji. So we can recognize a food item not only by its taste but also by its smell. Jhulan's mouth started watering when she heard the word imli. When does your mouth water? So usually children like you like to eat chocolates which is sweet, chips which is salty, ice cream which is sweet and samosa which is salty. So do you like only one kind of taste or different ones? Why? So according to me, you would be liking different kind of taste because one kind of taste can be boring. Jhulan putted a few drops of lemon juice in Jhumpa's mouth. Do you think we can make out the taste with just a few drops? Yes, just a few drops of sour thing are enough to make out the taste. So, if someone were to put a few seeds of sauce on your tongue, would you be able to tell with your eyes closed? So, according to me, yes, we can recognize some food items by their smell. So, because of the smell of the fennel, we can easily guess the fennel, right? How did the Jhumpa make out the fried fish? Can you guess the name of certain things only by their smell without seeing or tasting them? What are these things? So Jhumpa made out the fried fish by its smell. And yes, we can guess many things only by its smell, like fish, omelette, samosa, bhaji pakoda, etc. Has anyone ever told you to hold your nose before taking a medicine? Why do you think they tell you to do this? Because our sense of smell help us to get the complete taste of food. Closing our nose will somewhat mask the bitter taste of medicine. So if we close our nose, we won't get the smell of the medicine and we can easily take the medicine into our mouth and we can also swallow it. So that is why our mother and doctors ask us to close our nose before taking the medicines. Even the taste of the medicine gets masked. Now, You know that our tongue helps us to taste different tastes. But there are some tastes in our tongue where we can also recognize a particular taste more than the other taste. For example, the tip of our tongue can recognize sweet taste. The upper side portion of our tongue can recognize salty taste. And above it, we can recognize the sour taste. And back of our mouth, at the back of our tongue, we can recognize the bitter taste. And we can recognize it at the back of our toes, at the back of our throat. This is why we recognize bitter taste only when we are swallowing down the throat. Okay? Don't you think so? While swallowing, we are getting this bitter taste. So there is one more type of taste called umami or the savory taste, and it is being described as savory, and it is characterized of broths and cooked meats. So this is called umami. But the main kind of taste are sweet, salty, sour and bitter. So one at a time, put some things to eat in other parts of the mouth. Under your tongue, on the lips, on the roof of the mouth. Did you get any taste there? Hmm? So, no, we do not get any taste on other parts of the mouth. We can only get the taste through our tongue. Use a clean cloth to wipe the front part of your tongue so that it is dry. Put some sugar or jaggery there. Could you taste anything? Why did this happen? So, if we wipe the front part of our tongue will be dry. And then, if we put something, we won't get any taste. This is because there was no saliva. We could not taste a thing without saliva. Saliva is a liquid which is present in our mouth, and when the food mixes with our saliva, then only we get the taste of the food. So, and if our mouth is dry, we won't get any taste. Okay, and this is the saliva, okay, which is there inside our mouth. Stand in front of a mirror and look closely at your tongue. How does the surface look? Can you see any tiny bumps on the surface, just like this picture? So there are some tiny bumps on your tongue. These are called taste buds. Taste buds are responsible for the sweet, sour, salty, bitter taste that we see. So, taste buds are the sensory organs that are found on our tongue, and they help us to experience different tastes like sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and savory. So, if someone asks you to describe the taste of the amla, what would be what like it would be difficult to explain for you, isn't it? Because amla is usually the very different it has a very different kind of taste. Okay, it will sometimes feel sour or later on it turns sweet, so it is difficult to describe. And if we talk about the cucumber, it is just watery, no other taste could be felt, right? How would you describe the taste of tomato, onion, sauce, and garlic? So, tomato will be a bit sweet, sour, and juicy. And if we talk about onion, it will be pungent. And if we talk about sauce, it is sweet with nice smell. And garlic will be little bitter with pungent smell. So, think of some words that you know, or you make up your own words to describe the taste. Like when Jumpa tastes something, she said, "What do you think she may have eaten?" She may have eaten a chili. Why don't you make sound that describe some taste? Like when you have something very tasty like ice cream, jalebi, so you make yummy, yum, yum kind of sound. Or when you have something of gravy kind, like noodles, porridge, so you make slurp, slurp kind of sound. And when you have something of sour kind of thing, so that at that time you make kind of taste, kind of expression, isn't it? So these sound are the expressions that help us to understand different kind of taste. So here we have discussed all about our part 1, and next topics we are going to learn in our other part. Thank you till that time. Bye bye.